Hello and welcome back. This is Beautiful Ashes, and I'm your host Tom, and welcome back to yet another episode. Now, for today, I want to talk about something. Well, it's not really very profound, but it's something that I've come to realize. So the other day, I was just mindlessly scrolling on Facebook. Yes, I am not one of those gurus whereby I've got it together, and I only eat healthy foods, and I don't even watch anything that is not productive to me, and those kind of rigid rules. I'm not one of those people, so I'm just going to be bluntly honest with you. And so I just found myself mindlessly scrolling on Facebook. And yes, I am a millennial. I am on Facebook. So for those of you who have a problem with that, I don't know what to say. I don't even know what to say about it. Anyway, so I was just mindlessly scrolling on Facebook, and I saw a few guys on Facebook who are actually doing something quite similar to what I'm doing, but not the same, but kind of the same line, so to speak. Same space, but different kinds of pretty much steak is steak, but people cook it differently. There's smoked, there's barbecue, there's I don't know, there's all this type of different steaks. So steak is steak. Now, but what I discovered is I was listening to their content. I was listening to what they were saying, and they're actually even bolder than I am, and they're actually doing it, actually putting their face out there on Facebook without a care. And I came to realize they've actually done it for a few months to years now, and they're actually out there just doing their thing and actually just putting out their posts online and what. And I'm sure most of you guys have seen people who are doing the same thing that you thought yourself that you wanted to do, or the same thing that you've been thinking about doing. But then as I was listening to their content, I found out, I'm not throwing shit at anyone, but I found out it's not that they know more than I do. In fact, if anything, I would actually say I'm not taught my own horn, but I would actually say I'm actually a bit smarter, so to think. I have a bit more experience in the matter. I have a bit more skill set in the matter and all these things. But the reason why they're right there making money from doing the same thing that I wanted to do, and I'm actually beginning just now, well, it's very simple. Fortune favors the bold. As even the title of this episode is "The Bold Are the Beautiful," and the reason for that title is actually because being a millennial, one of the programs that I grew up watching was actually a 9 p.m. program, was "The Bold and the Beautiful." And having been raised by my grandmother, what I used to do is I wasn't allowed to watch it because it was for adults. And if you know people like Rich Forrester and whatnot, they're the main characters of The Bold and the Beautiful. And so, it was the main soap opera at the time. And it used to come at 9 p.m., 9 p.m., yes. And we're not allowed to watch it as children or as kids because I was around, I don't know, maybe around 8, 9, 10, 11, thereabout. And so I wasn't allowed to watch it. And so I just thought about a new, something new except for the fortune favors the bold. And so I kind of saw like, okay, so the bold are the beautiful. So this is, I don't want to play on that. Anyway, that's besides the point. The point here is the reason why those people are actually making money right now, doing what they love, and I'm actually here starting out right now, is because they were actually more courageous and more bold to start with where they are right now, even though they have yet to make it, but they were actually bolder. And this actually reminded me of something that I read a while back, whereby a lot of the times the people who are successful in this world are not the people who are the smartest. They don't have the highest IQ, they're not the wisest, they're not the best educated, they did not go to the best schools. But the only difference, the only reason why the A students work for the C students is because the C students are braver than the A students. You see, the A students, they want to get everything right. So they have this perfection mentality, and they want, they have this mentality of being the perfect student, of being the perfect worker, of actually doing things perfectly and efficiently and effectively, and actually, dotting their I's and crossing their T's and whatnot. But the C students, on the other hand, they really don't have that much pressure on the math. They want to start actually and fail fast. And I highly recommend you actually watch that episode. It's called Launch Quickly and Fail Fast. However, I actually recommend using that approach, whereby the most successful people in this world, the people that you admire, they're not necessarily smarter than you. The people who are actually doing the expert business that you aspire to create or are dreaming to create, they're not necessarily more educated than you. They don't necessarily have more experience than you. They don't necessarily have a bigger pair of balls than you do, or more courage than you do, or they're actually raised in a perfect English speaking kind of community than you were, or whatever advantage that you actually think that they have over you. I'm here to tell you and to guarantee you that they actually do not have that advantage. It is all in your head. The only difference, or the biggest difference that you can find between them and you right now, where you are, and it's something that I saw from my own self, and I had to be brutally honest to myself, is that they were actually bolder than I was. They were actually braver. than I was. They were actually willing to take that risk. They were actually willing to take that plunge. They were actually willing to jump off the plane without a parachute, where I was busy looking for the parachute so that I can jump off the plane. And here's the thing. By the time I find the parachute, they were actually way ahead. They actually hit the ground running, and they actually found their foundation and their footing, and they were actually moving forward and making money and getting rewards and actually seeing the fruit of their labor. And so they were the biggest difference between most entrepreneurs and most wantrepreneurs is entrepreneurs have the boldness and the courage to actually do something, even though they don't necessarily know it's going to work or not. While wantrepreneurs, they want to know they're going to work before they actually do it. That is the biggest difference. And the thing about entrepreneurs is they're actually bolder. And so if you can actually become bolder, if you can actually take that plunge, take that risk, and actually put yourself out there, you'll actually find that success pretty much comes very quickly. Or the success, and by success I mean whatever it is you're doing. The people have a different definition of success, and so do I, but that's a different subject for a different matter for a different time. But you actually find that you'll actually make even a lot more progress. Those who are bolder actually make a lot more progress than those who are still in their heads thinking about whether they're going to do it or not, or they're still waiting for the right time and for the perfect opportunity to actually start it or not. And so that's the whole point of this episode. Just to remind you that the bold are the beautiful. The fortune favors the bold. And so until you actually become bold enough to actually start what it is you're dreaming about doing, or the idea that you have in your heart that you want to actually bring out in the world, until you actually take that leap of faith and actually take that risk, you are still going to be like where I was, mindlessly scrolling on Facebook, watching other people doing what you know deep down know that you can do even better than they can. Okay? So don't be that guy. I highly recommend you do not be that guy. There's a lot of pain, there's a lot of regret in that matter. And guess what? You're denying even the audiences, the people that you're actually watching doing what you want to do and knowing that you're very well, that you're actually better than them. You're denying the audience the opportunity to actually learn from the best that is you right now. Okay? So that's it for this episode. Be sure to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. And as always, be sure to hit the like, share, and subscribe button. Just encourage me to do a lot more episodes and to let me know that you guys are listening as well. Okay, so that's it for this episode, and thank you so much for listening. Bye.